Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Valeria, and if you're new here and you've never seen my face, you might want to hit that subscribe button now because I talk all about wellness, the psychology of manifestation, the subconscious mind, and everything you need to know in order to evolve into the higher state of who you are meant to be. With that being said, today's video is all about the science behind identity and evolution. Because most people think that identity is a personality, but it's actually just habits built over time that create identity and who you actually are. You see, most of us think that we are just this person. A lot of us, and I'm sure you've heard it before, say, I'm this way because my mom is this way. I'm this way because it's just in my genetics, it's in my DNA. I am this way because it's just who I've always been. And I'm here to tell you that that is actually half true because we can't control our genetics. But what I will say is there's another truth behind that you've probably never heard. And to create a new identity, to upgrade your identity and who you want to be and to who you want to become, you're going to have to practice and rehearse awareness. And the reason why this is important is because awareness is what creates identity. Stay with me because I'm about to explain how. When you become aware of what you're doing, of where your attention is going, of where your energy is being placed, you give yourself the power back to choose who you want to become at this very moment. You get to decide, it's a choice, who you are being right now. Not who you were, not who they say you were, not who they say you're supposed to be. You get to choose what identity and what role you want to be in this very moment, okay? Because identity is not something that happens. It's something you consciously create or unconsciously, okay? This is why awareness is truly your strength. It is truly your power when upgrading your identity. The science behind identity is basically found through neuroscience because our brain has the capacity to change itself through repetition and through practice and rehearse techniques over time. This is also known in the science world as neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is when you rehearse something so many times, what happens in your brain, it starts to rehearse, it starts to create new neural pathways that it's never. For example, if you're becoming someone you've never been, it's going to create new neural pathways, and it's going to slowly over time, the more and more that you practice being this version or being that person of you that you've always wanted to be, it's going to create a new neural pathway in your brain. And over time, the more that you rehearse this habit or thought as if you were that version already, it's going to create a new identity. It's going to rewire itself into a new version of you. Okay, so you do have the power to change. You do have the power to change your identity, your thoughts, your behavior. It's just through repetition. And awareness is where it all starts. Because if you're not aware of what you're thinking about, if you're not aware of what's going on internally with your behavior, with your actions, with the way that your tone of voice is, with the way that you're coming off, if you do not have any awareness, you are blind to who you even are. And then you start entering an identity built by everybody else, because that's usually what happens when you're not aware. And we fall into a category of being unhappy and being a little confused with who we are, and we don't really know who we are because we're not bringing constant awareness into who we want to be. Okay? So slowing it down a little bit and speaking less on a scientific note to keep it in a more simple way, because that's all we do around here, because we get straight to the point. I mean, I kind of think I broke it down already. Awareness, identity, habits, repetition, consistency. Okay? When you are consistent, you change. It's not like, for example, I'm gonna give you an example, okay? If I want to change my identity into a badass, athletic, freaking strong woman, like Wonder Woman type of energy. Okay, if I want to be unstoppable and just super fit and build like really toned arms and like ripped abs, guess what I'm gonna have to do every day? Consistently and with discipline. I'm gonna have to change the way I eat. I'm gonna have to change the way I behave. No more laying around. I'm gonna have to really set my alarms. I'm gonna have to start tracking what I eat, my micros, my macros, my grams of protein. I mean, I'm gonna have to get up in the gym and really be consistent. And I think this is just like a reminder that I need to get on that, because that's actually kind of what I want to do. So what I'm saying is, I'm gonna have to get my shit together and take action and be disciplined, and not just for a week. Okay, I can't just come up with all this excitement for a day or a week or a couple of days. It's gonna have to be consistent, and I have to get disciplined on doing this every single day and building this habit and building this routine and building a system, because in all truth, building an identity and the science behind the identity is building a system that you can actually track, and over time you're gonna see the change, you're gonna see the results, you're gonna see the upgrade of your identity, right? And this happens slowly through progress. It's not gonna happen overnight. Nothing ever lasts if it's overnight, and if you think it does, you've been lied to, and you subscribe to a belief that the system wants you to subscribe to, okay? And benefit of the system. So wake up, all right? Get disciplined, get consistent. It's not gonna happen overnight. You also have to accept that, okay? A lot of us want things now. The system literally has wired our subconscious mind to think that that's actually a reality, and that's something that we can sustain. It's not sustainable. Anything worth having comes over time. It is through time and growth and nurturing whatever it is that you want to grow that is sustainable. Anything else than that is a lie, and it is going to break under pressure. You do not want anything that comes fast, because it's gonna leave just as fast. As the saying goes, fast money leaves even faster. Actually, I don't even think that's a saying, but we just made that up. So yeah, use that as a metaphor for what I'm trying to say. You gotta stack up, you gotta get into the habits, you gotta get into the momentum and build the discipline to sustain the identity that you want into your life. You can change. You don't have to be where you are right now. It is a choice. Every single day, the beautiful thing about life is you get to decide who you want to be in every single moment. All that you need, just to wrap up the video here: consistency, discipline, awareness, deciding who you want to be by you choosing who you want to be, and sticking to it, okay? And I guess that kind of ties in with discipline. So that is how you change your identity, through science. Rehearse it, practice it, rerun this video, watch it back when you need it to remind you of who the fuck you are and what power you actually have, because you're a lot more powerful than you think and that you've been told. And I'm here to remind you that. So go ahead and hit subscribe if you need more of those daily reminders, because I love to do that, and that's what I'm here for. All right, I love you. You got this. Go rewire, go upgrade your identity. You're unstoppable if you choose to be. All right, much love. Peace.